Hello guys, welcome back to the Righteous Talk TV. So glad you're here. Let's get straight to the point. Today's video is going to be how can I do Airbnb without owning real estate. Now I must say about 2-3 years ago it was so popular. Like, I honestly only thought the only way to get into the Airbnb business was purchasing property. That's like, purchase property. But things have advanced. There are so many other ways to get started into the business, and I'm here to tell you about it because I actually went through the process. I've experienced it, and I can give you guys advice. Okay, so I'm looking down at my notes. So let's see, how can we do this, right, without owning property? Just want to say it's not impossible. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look up new construction properties in your area. The reason why you want to look up new construction is less competition, especially if you catch them early. You know that they're vacant right now, and you know that you would almost have like first dibs on those properties, right? So that's what I did. My Airbnb was a new construction property in Dallas, Texas, and that's exactly what I did. And I'm actually going to show you guys a hack that you can do to actually locate these Airbnbs. After you find the construction complex that you want to go with, you're going to call them up. You're going to call them up and say, hey, do you guys do corporate housing or Airbnb? Do not lie. Do not tell them that you're going to be living in the unit, right? Because we do know that nosy neighbors exist. And they're going to tell on you anyway, and then you don't want to get evicted. So honesty is always key when it comes to stuff like this. A lease is a legal binding contract. You do not want to lie. A lot of other people will tell you to lie or don't mention it. Not mentioning it is still lying. You know you're going to use it for business, so just be honest. If it's no, go on to the next one. God didn't want it for you, right? So in my case, I was being honest. I was like, hey, do you guys, I didn't like pretty it up. I was like, do you guys allow Airbnb? And they were like, yes. And I was like, what? Okay, awesome. So how do I go about this? They're like, it's gonna be an extra $100 on top of the rent. And I was like, okay, let me weigh out to see if this makes sense. And it actually did. It makes sense. You're using their property, so they're gonna charge you an extra fee. It was only $100, paid $1,400 a month. You can't go wrong with that. But you really want to be honest, right? So you don't want to lie. You're going to let them know that you're going to be operating an Airbnb or corporate housing where you house travel nurses, travel professionals, basically professionals that need housing while they're away. You want to factor in your monthly rent and your expenses and all your upfront expenses. It's not cheap by any means. Do not do this if you are on a budget, because you are going to be spending money. You're going to be spending money on property. You want to figure out, on furniture. You want to figure out what theme you want to go with. I definitely suggest doing a themed Airbnb. Those are going to sell out more. Not only are those going to sell out more, you are going to stand out. Because what is stopping me from renting with Johnny when Johnny and Peter's Airbnb look exactly the same? They're looking for an experience. Think of the Disney Hotel in Orlando. Those are always booked. It's a theme. It gives you a vibe when you walk in. So I definitely suggest doing a themed Airbnb. It's going to be way more money, but it's worth it. It pays off. You want to factor in your upfront costs. You want to factor in the furniture. You want to factor in your monthly rent, your light bill, your water bill, your internet bill. The cleaning, are you gonna hire a cleaning company? Are you gonna do the cleaning yourself? There's a lot of things to think about when you are getting into this business. It's just not, let me get the property, furnish it, and done. That's what these gurus will tell you, but it's not true. I can be honest with you, it's not true. It is very expensive. So then, the other thing you wanna do is, okay, if you do have a 9-to-5, I do suggest at least having a stable income, so you're not struggling. You want to factor in, do I have to hire a VA? Am I going to do all the customer service myself? What if they can't get in? How far away is the Airbnb from my home? Am I going to have a partner? You know, do I want to split profits? You have to think about all of this. So I just want to put this out in the air to get your mind going and thinking about these things. You also want to do your market research, right? So what you want to do is go on Airbnb. There's actually, I forgot what that software is called. It's called, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it. Airbnb DNA. I'm gonna put it like somewhere in the video when I remember it. It is a paid service, and I actually subscribe to it, and it tells you the average nights that these Airbnbs get rented out in that area. So you want to factor that in too. Are you gonna break even? Are you gonna be okay if your Airbnb is not rented out for 30 days? Right? What is that magic number? If you rent out if your Airbnb rents out for 15 days, can you pay your rent? Can you pay your light bill? Can you pay your water bill? Right? You want to factor in all these things and think about your vacant days. A lot of people don't want to think about the bad side, but what if it doesn't rent out for 30 days? What if it doesn't rent out for 20 days? You know, are you still going to be able to pay those bills or break even, right? You really want to do your market research before you get into this business. Another thing, my Airbnb was in downtown Dallas. That is the perfect area. That's the area you want to be in. Yes, the rent was a little bit more, but I knew that, okay, it is going to rent out because it's downtown Dallas. When people come to Texas, they want to stay in the downtown area. I'm in Florida now, but if I were to do Airbnb in Florida, I would want to be in downtown. That's where the people are. That's where the money is. So you want to definitely think about location, right? Definitely, you know, I want to spend more time on factor in those vacant days, right? You really need to think about that. Another thing that you want to do is save up. You want to have cushion money. You do not want to be in the middle of furnishing your beautiful Airbnb and you're like, dang, I ran out of money. My dream is not gonna come to life. And you don't wanna go the cheap route because you're gonna get cheap results, right? Definitely shop around. I know there's a lot of people on Facebook Marketplace that sells their Airbnb furniture for cheap, like they sell it like in a bundle. You want to be looking and staying on top of things like that. You don't have to buy everything new. I prefer to buy everything new, but you don't have to, especially when you're on a budget, right? Looking at my notes. Oh, another thing. Don't only think of Airbnb, right? Airbnb is great, it's beautiful, but we have VRBO. There is this site where travel nurses look on. I forgot what it's called. Furnish Finder. Who do you want to appeal to? Identify your audience. Do I want to appeal to the travel nurses? Right? They want something more simple, high-end, comfortable. Do I want to appeal to the tourists? Definitely, like, just think about all of those things. And another thing that you want to do is pray. Pray about like this decision, because you're going to be in a legal binding contract, right? It is a lease. And if you want to break your lease, there's usually a termination lease fee and like pay 2 months. Like, pray and think about if this is what you really want to do. But I do want to tell you, it is extremely possible to do Airbnb without owning property. Now let's recap. You want to look up new construction in your area, identify what buildings accept it. You do not want to lie. Next, you are going to sign the lease agreement, right? Sign the lease agreement. Then you want to factor in your expenses, your furniture, internet. If I don't rent for 30 days, how much money am I going to profit? And you also want to be competitive in your prices. So think about all of those things, right? And then honestly, just post, promote, and don't only post it on one thing, right? On one platform. And the other reason why I do suggest doing a theme Airbnb, because a lot of people want to do music videos, photo shoots. They can rent out your place. If it's themed and it goes with their theme, you can charge them upwards to $100 an hour, you know, depending on what your theme is. So whatever you put in is what you would get out. But I'm actually so excited to show you guys the way that I found my Airbnb property on Airbnb website itself. So I did screen record. I am going to show you guys what I did, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hello everyone. So here's how I found my Airbnb. I put in the location at the time I was in Dallas. Then I went on the map and then I zoomed in to the price point that I wanted my Airbnb to be. I actually zoomed all the way in, and if you look closely and you zoom all the way in, you would see that they give you the names of the roads. They don't give you the exact location, but they do give you the names of the roads. You can actually drive by. Look on Google, just type in like Lamont Ave apartments, and you may hit the jackpot. This is exactly what I did to find my Airbnb. And this is literally gold right here. You see that a lot of Airbnbs exist on Lamont Ave, so it may be a good place to get started. I really hope you guys like this tip, and thank you so much for staying until the end if you did. Ciao. Alrighty, thank you guys for watching until the end. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, share this video, and let me know what you guys want me to talk about in my next video.